Welcome, Realm family, to another episode of Wrestling with the Realm podcast. I'm Brian, one half of the power and glory of wrestling podcast, and on the other side, he is the Hercules to my Paul Roma, my guy Will. Will, what are we talking about?
Guys, it has been a little bit since Night of Champions, but we're finally getting around to reviewing it. And I just want everyone to know I'm not in a great mood after watching Monday Night Raw. We'll get to that at some point, but that
Yep.
is not what we're here for. We're here to review Night of Champions. And, Brian, with the low expectations I walked into this show, there's definitely, I will say this, I'm not sure if they were met, but I was shocked by the end of it. And I think that is the one thing I can say for sure. I was shocked by the end of it.
If you're new here, Will and I will go through this. We're going to review it. At the end of each match, we're going to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We're going to let you guys know if we'd watch the match again or not. And then at the end, I'm going to go through and I'm going to tally all those up. And then we'll see if we would give the pay-per-view a thumbs up or thumbs down and if we'd watch it again. So, Will, take us away with the first match.
All right, Brian, let's start off with the King of the Ring final. We have Obafemi versus Jey Uso. And this is one where we started it. I think everyone thought that there was going to be some interference from Brock Lesnar, and we didn't get it. We had a clean Obafemi match where he got the win. I can't be too upset with that, Brian. I just can't be. That was one where my expectations, where they were low,
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised. Now, the decision for him not to use the King of the Ring that he won at SummerSlam and to go and face Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a hot take here. I'm not going to complain about Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi in Hell in a Cell. I'm just not. It's not going to be me. I'm excited for it. So it's one of the very few things I'm excited for going into SummerSlam. That being said, this was probably as okay of a match as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
It was a crowning moment for Obafemi. He is skyrocketing. They are putting all their chips into that basket. And with this power struggle at the top, which we will get into, with the championships, they're just not ready to crown Oba yet. He got the crown, but they're not ready to put that belt on him to show it. That being said, like I said, as good of a match as you're going to get from Oba and Jey.
Right.
It's just a weird clash of styles where Jey sometimes does play this weird between a high flyer and a powerhouse at the same time. And he just got overpowered by Oba the whole match. It was a quick match. And for that reason, Brian, I guess I'm going to have to give this match weirdly a thumbs down. And I wouldn't watch it again. But that being said, I was happy with the result. So, well, like I said, Night of Champions is a very weird pay-per-view. The result, I was pleasantly surprised with. Brian, where are you at on this one?
Boy, I'm going to tell everybody right away, I'm in a pissy mood about this pay-per-view. It's the booking going into this thing, the booking coming out of this thing. There's been lots of talk of TKO wanting to use AI to help them do booking, which we're all like, nah, there's no way that they would ever do that. All of this is starting to feel like they're having AI do their booking. Like, it's just a lot of it is nonsensical. They're shooting themselves in the foot with a lot of this stuff, and it bothers me. So I was in a pissy mood watching this thing, and it's not getting any better come Monday, July 6th. Let's just say that. So I agree with you. I was happy with the outcome of this match because I was going to lose my mind if Jey Uso won. I was going to go insane because I'm over Jey. Anybody who thinks that, I'm just trying to be a head to Jay, go back, listen to our old stuff. We were champions for Jey Uso after he won that Royal Rumble going into WrestleMania. We wanted him to become a new little Shawn Michaels. It didn't happen. So the fact that Rikishi had to pick up the phone, I'm assuming, that's the only thing I can think of. You have to do it for my son. Like, that's the only thing I can think of is why is Jey Uso even in the match? He shouldn't be in this match. So, whatever. That's neither here nor there. The right person won. They tried to book it to, not be a complete squash match. So, fine, whatever. The right person won, but that's not good enough for me to give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, and no, I'm not watching this again. There's no reason to. There's just not a reason to.
No, there's not. And one note I did have when I was watching this, which was, by the way, everybody, I was watching this at a basketball tournament in between games. So my viewing experience was much different from everyone else's. So I have a note that Jey Uso's selling made Oba's offense feel devastating in this match.
Hmm.
Maybe that's just because Oba Femi's strong as so I don't know why I wrote that down. Maybe I was feeling a little bit of grace for Jey Uso
You
in the
you were
moment.
feeling some sort of charity case with that because no,
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 I was feeling
no.
kind.
Well, we were watching it on your phone, so I guess if you're watching it that big, I go, it might make Jay look like he's selling better, but I can watch WrestleMania 6 or whatever it was on my phone and see Marty Jannetty selling better than that. Like,
Oh yeah,
so,
for sure.
it's all relative. Yeah,
Oh gosh, Brian, let's get you rolling because our
cool.
next match is the Queen of the Ring final between Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. Let me preface this, okay? I'll let Brian talk about Danhausen interference.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with the match itself being a thumbs up, and I wouldn't watch it again.
Ooh.
So, and here's why.
Oof.
For storyline purposes, this match is an absolute no for me. That being said, Io Sky versus Liv Morgan, give it to me every single time. In ring work, always good.
Yep.
I will watch it when it comes on. Like Io Sky is one of the best in the world. Liv Morgan and her have great chemistry in the ring. I'll watch it. That being said, I'm not a fan of the decision, especially when you're gonna just run this match back at
Mhm.
SummerSlam with, as of right now, no difference. You are just running it back.
Mhm.
You had, I'll talk about just a wee bit, not much of my opinion on it because Brian's gonna summarize everything I have. You have Danhausen curse Liv Morgan, and then she's gonna lose because in kayfabe the curse is real. It
Yep.
is so real. So you give us the spoiler before the match. So you're sitting there and you're watching it, and I'm like, damn, this is a good match, but I know who's gonna win. Io wins. She's the queen of the ring, and we're just running it back.
Yep.
Brian, take us away.
So just to be clear though, you're still giving the match a thumbs up. You're just
I
not gonna
enjoyed the
watch it.
wrestling. Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes you gotta separate the wrestling and the storyline. I enjoyed the
Yep.
wrestling.
Yeah, well, sometimes you have to separate the wrestling and the storyline. That's true, but not this time for me. No.
Yep, that's fair.
I so mad about this. Here's how mad I am about this. I never agree with Dave Meltzer, and I always like to say in the words of Bruce Pritchard, Dave Meltzer. Said it just like Bruce. Except this time, Dave Meltzer is right. Having Danhausen come out and curse her right before the match was an idiotic decision because you give away the ending of the match. That why do that? Why give away the ending of the match before it even starts? We'll get into the Danhausen thing. I'll follow up with that at the end. Going through the match, It is. It's good. They got good chemistry in the ring. I think they work well together. Uh, the wrestling was sound. It's an entertaining match, but exactly what you said, Will. It was sitting there waiting, saying, okay, how is Liv going to lose this match? Is Stephanie Vaquer going to come out? Are Raquel and Roxanne going to come out? And somehow Liv gets screwed that way. And, it's schmazzy. No, they just have a clean finish and Liv loses. So there's not even anything cursy that happens to her that's like a fluke. When Danhausen cursed the Carolina Hurricanes against my beloved Vegas Golden Knights, that game was one of the craziest Stanley Cup final games you're ever going to see. And Carolina lost in double overtime because the puck bounced off of two of their players and into the back of the net. That's curse, is what that is. Having Liv just lose, that's not a curse. So I'm giving the match a thumbs down because of the booking. There was no enjoyment in watching it, knowing how it was going to end, and scratching my head the whole time, going, "What are we doing?" So you have Io pick Liv at the end of the match, which again is nothing. So we've done
Yeah.
nothing but have our champion lose, and it's like they said we really need her to lose. We don't want her to win because then that puts us into a bind because now she has to go face Rhea Ripley and we don't want to do that. So we have to have her lose. Well, how could we have her lose? I know we'll have Danhausen curse her before the match. Okay, do that. Stupid. Thumbs down. But I am gonna watch it again because I think at some point we are gonna want to go
Really?
back and see how this story started that they're going to try to finish. So it's kind of like when you have a tooth that's bothering you, and you got to keep flicking it with your tongue, and you go, "Why can't I leave this tooth alone? It hurts," but you keep doing it. That's what this match is going to be for me. It's going to be the sore tooth in my mouth that I can't leave alone that I'm going to have to go back to. So I said I'd follow back on the Danhausen thing. Will, I fixed it because one, this really does make me think that they use AI to book this because you could see somebody sitting there typing into Chat GPT or Google Gemini and saying, "Here's who we have for the Queen of the Ring final. We really need Liv to lose, but we're not sure how to do it. What do you think?" And AI goes, "Have Danhausen curse her before the match," and they go, "Brilliant!" So what do? They have Danhausen literally walk out before the match and curse her. When here's all you had to do. Wouldn't it
Match.
have just
Yeah.
made more sense on Friday on SmackDown to have the Judgment Day's little clubhouse in the back? And you have Dominic and JD back there, and Danhausen shows up, and he goes to curse Dom, and Dom just picks up a framed picture of Liv instinctively and holds it up. And then we go, "Oh no. Does that mean that Liv is cursed now because he held a picture of her up? Or what happens with that curse?" It's ambiguous enough that you're getting your point across. Then when she loses to Io Sky the next night, you can start going, "Oh my God, is it because she's actually cursed by Danhausen?" But now you hedged your bet. And you can go whatever way you want to. Do you want her to be cursed or not? And you get a little bonus. It shows that Dom is willing to put Liv in the line of fire to save himself, to plant that little seed. So there, I fixed it for you guys. You don't need to use AI. You need to use Bri. So
Dude, how long did it take
uh,
you to come up with that? Tell me that.
right now, I just
That's
came up with it
awesome.
right now. Yeah,
That's
every once in a
awesome.
while, there's a nugget. Oh
Oh
man, it
gosh, that's
really made me
gold,
mad
guys.
because it's so simple. It's so simple to.
It is.
Hey, and guess what? What I said accomplishes the same thing. Only what I said is much less stupid than having Danhausen come out at the entrance ramp and
100%.
cursing her before the match starts. So, there. Oh, I said my piece. I was so mad, Will. Take us to the next match. Maybe I'll be
I
happier.
I think you are. Because our next match is Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker inside of a steel cage. And I am so torn on this match, and it took me a minute to get where I'm going to get on it. This is probably the match of the night for me.
Mm.
This was so stellar. This is by far my favorite bout between the two so far. And it's kind of almost a little bit poetic because I feel like they really haven't had a good one. It's been kind of subpar, and this whole feud just didn't hit the way it should have with Seth
Yeah.
Rollins getting injured way back when, and Braun Breaker never being crowned the next guy up.
Hmm.
Both of these things can be true at once. And at the same time, this match slapped. It did. It was from the
It
spot at the
slept.
it did from the spot at the top of the cage going through the table, from the avalanche stomp at the end of the match, and the spear. I'm a sucker for a leaning table in the corner. I don't know why.
It
I just am.
was fun.
It just is. It's fun.
Yeah.
I like alternative finishing moves.
Hmm.
So the avalanche stomp off the middle rope and then the spear in the corner is a winner for me. And just the overall physical nature of this match kind of just picked the pay-per-view up a little bit for me. So for that reason, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of Braun Breaker just being kind of put on the back burner. It feels
Hmm.
like he's a tag champion again for those that didn't watch Monday Night Raw again. Why? I don't know.
Who? Oh, I can go about that. We can talk about the dime store ripoff of Dom and Liv. Again, AI. That's some AI bull because all I did is see that and got angry, and then I was sad, and I went, "Oh, they're trying," and it was so pathetic. I'm sorry, that's so mean. I don't. It was though. Like, sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hijack that, Will, but that made me mad
No,
too. That you're
no, no,
literally just
100% valid. That's how I feel about
recycling the
everyone.
same thing.
Yeah, they're just copying and pasting a storyline
Yeah.
and like feels lazy at best. They've
Yep.
been really lazy with Braun Breaker.
Yep.
I understand why Seth won. He then came out the next night, just challenged Roman Reigns. I thought it was funny. LA Knight said tonight that it's crazy that you get to just walk out here and say you want a match and you get the match, and that's bull. It's
Yep.
true. It
Yep.
is. I also, but that don't get me wrong. I do also like the fact that Seth Rollins is holding it over Roman's head. You've never beat me one on
Yeah.
one. That's what I have to offer you. All makes sense. It just sucks what's happening to Braun Breaker, man. It
Yeah.
really does. So that all being said, all those little points, I am gonna give this match a thumbs up, and I will probably watch it again. It
Ooh.
was pretty good. I enjoyed it, man. Maybe
Okay.
it's because everything else was kind of all right. Maybe that's why I feel that way.
Well, I said that I was in a pissy mood when I watched this. I wasn't impressed by this match. And again, I don't know if it was a carryover from the live match in that bad booking. The bookings don't make any sense. And this is another one where it felt like the bookers were saying, this is our blow off for this feud. We know that it didn't go where we wanted it to, but we're calling it quits and we're moving on to the next thing. And it felt like that in the match. It felt like this should have been a big blow off, but I didn't really care. The vision is done. Um, they could be tag champs again all they want to with Maxine Dupree. Um, that I, oh, you know what else I said, Will, after she ran in and does the low blow? I said, just like JR, that Jezebel. That's what he would have yelled when she came in. I can't believe that Jezebel just came in there, King. Um, so yeah. So this match, the steel cage is a nice touch. I think there was some good spots, but it did nothing for me. And I remember at a certain point, probably about three-quarters of the way through the match, I said I understand that I should be impressed by this and that they're doing a good job, but I just didn't care, and it felt lesser than what it was, and I don't know why. But even thinking about it now, and you gave a hell of a pitch to change my mind, and you almost did, but I just I really don't care, and I felt like I've seen all of that before. It didn't seem fresh. It didn't seem new. Um, So thumbs down. And no, I'm not watching it again. I know. I'm in a bad mood for this one. I'm
That's
sorry,
all right.
everybody.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Each premium live event rubs people a different way. It
Yep.
really does. These matches are so interesting. That's why I really just about to go bang bang on these next two because I just don't really care. I don't. You want to know what? Let's start with Trick Williams versus Ricky
Yep.
Stanks. Trick Williams retains. They have good chemistry. The most, I want to say this. I'm happy for Ricky Stanks. It's a very
Mhm.
much so a placeholder feud for Trick versus Carmelo at
Yep.
SummerSlam. I'm hyped for that. That's the direction they're going. I hope that maybe Carmelo wins. I don't know. I like Trick with the belt. And
Yeah.
that brings me to my next highlight. Little Yachty is becoming one of my favorite managers of all time. It's just so stupid. If you can go back to the Bad Blood review that we did maybe a year or so
Yeah.
back now,
Yep.
almost coming up on October. And I was like, and they showed Lil Yachty, and no one gives about Lil Yachty. Way to change my mind, Lil
Yep.
Yachty. He hits the rock bottom after the match,
Yep.
and that's just peak. It just is for me. That was probably the only thing I like was really happy about from this match. Outside of that, the match it's hard because it wasn't super long, and I'm not gonna give the match a thumbs down. I guess I'll go thumbs up on it.
Okay.
That being said, I'm not gonna watch it again. I'm just not. It's not something I'll revisit. It was a forgettable match. So, Brian, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, Lil Yachty, I've said it before, he is the modern day Jimmy Hart, and that's why it works.
It
He
just does.
literally, the guy, where's Lil Yachty from? Do you know where he's from?
Um
Somebody, we'll get one of our producers on that to get us that
okay, all right,
information.
sounds good.
We'll get one of the interns on it to get us the information where Little Yachty is from because it'd be awesome if he's from like Atlanta or something. So
I
we
think
can
he
call,
might be.
dude, Trick needs to call him the mouth of the South. Like he needs to give him or some designation similar to that because that's my guy. He's like Jimmy Hart. Um, that being said, I love Trick Williams. Like Trick Williams there's something about Trick, and I'm clearly not the only one, but you and I have been hip to him since NXT, and him and Lash Legend. I love that. Congratulations, you guys got married. And oh, did you notice that too, Will? That on SmackDown, Trick came out and acknowledged the wedding between he and Lash,
Okay.
and I was like, oh, good, because I said a long time ago they need to get those two together in a program on the show because they work so well together. But then it dawned on me that recently they're open about all of that stuff. If you're married and you're in WWE, that's usually it's not a secret. AJ Lee and Punk, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, now Trick and Lash. I feel like that's just part of the thing now. They don't, we can all know that they're married and that they're doing their own storyline. So I thought that was an interesting little tidbit. But um, the match itself, I
Mhm.
love Trick Williams.
I do.
I even like Ricky
Has to.
Saints. I'm loving Little Yachty. Again, this match, we could have watched this on SmackDown. We could have watched this at a house show. We could have watched this. Actually, it did have a really big house show feel to it, especially with
It
the
did. The
people's
rock bottom.
elbow and stuff. It
Yeah.
really did feel like that. Um, but this match again is another example of a time where I go, AI would tell them to do this, to do the Eddie Guerrero spot with Little Yachty, and then have the ref ban him from ringside. Um, or I should say, Ricky Saints did the Eddie Guerrero spot with the kendo stick and acts like he got hit by Little Yachty, and it didn't need to be
Right.
there, and it seemed like again something that AI would come up with and tell them to do in the match. And it felt out of place. The people's elbow at the end was fun, but again, it felt out of place. It felt like a house show and it didn't advance anything. It was a decent enough match, but drop my pen now. I'm having a bad night.
Me too. It's
Thumbs
all right.
down for the match. Again, sorry everybody. I said I was in a bad mood about it. And no, I'm not going to watch it again. Um, so sorry, Trick. It's not your guys' fault. Just I was not engaged in it, and it felt like a match that the bookers threw on there. I heard ESPN wanted more than 5 matches, so there you go. They got one, and I'm giving it a thumbs down.
Yeah, that's extremely fair. All right, Brian. The other United States Championship match, Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. And guess what, guys? I don't care about this match. It was just shout out Jade Cargill because she escaped because at this point in the PLE, I was just like kind of done. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was kind of done.
Hmm.
I watched this match. I don't care what happened. They are running the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
And the last thing I want to see is this feud that dominated all of 2025. It is a snooze.
Uh,
They just don't have good chemistry.
no, they
Stop
do
making
not.
them wrestle each other.
Yep.
Make it stop. Please make it stop. And I could talk about how I kind of like Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton together.
Yep.
That's kind of funny. They have some good comedy moments together. That's all I really care about. But this match, I could barely just keep my eyes on the screen. I went up, I used the bathroom during this match, and it's nothing against the talent in the match.
Yep.
It's just I've seen the match 6 times already, and
Yeah.
I've seen it all the different ways you could see it now. So I'm out. I'm just done. Never show me this match again. It's a thumbs down, and I'm not watching it ever again. If this match is on a card, Brian, I'm out. So you can review it yourself then. I'm just done. I'm done with this match.
Wow.
Brian, what are your thoughts?
Wow, you're gonna make my review of this match sound amazing after
I
what
know.
you just said. The worst,
I just couldn't watch it anymore. I'm sorry.
the worst thing that I could say about this match is it's Jade and Tiffany again, and they have no chemistry. Like that's the worst thing that I can say. But here's the problem. If the best thing that I can say is I got Chelsea Green, I love Chelsea Green, and I don't mean that as a knock on her, but there should be more to the match to make me happy than having Chelsea Green come out, which again tells me that the bookers have to at least know a little bit, right? Like you have to get something. So you have Chelsea Green come out because they know that we all love her. Like I hope that they have something in store for Chelsea Green to do something with that championship again because she's being underutilized. We talked about her a lot recently, I feel like. Um, and if the best thing that I can say about a match is that I got to see one of my favorite superstars come out at the end, I can't give that match a thumbs up. Look, at WrestleMania 9, I was still in the corner of Hulk Hogan at that time. Like, oh, damn, I wish that he was champion. Why the hell is he here with Brutus Beefcake with some match against Money Inc.? So when he comes down at the end of WrestleMania 9 and Bret Hart tells him, go in there, buddy, and get that championship because you're my best friend. Um, I wasn't like, this is great now because I got to see the guy that I like at the very end. No, I went stupid. That's not enough to make me think that it was good. Um, so if the best comparison I can have to your match is Yokozuna, Bret Hart, and Hulk Hogan to end that, I'm gonna have to say that's a thumbs down. And no, I'm not watching the match again. And again, it's got nothing to do with Chelsea Green. I don't want anybody thinking that that's what I'm saying. I love Chelsea Green, and you know what? It would have been better if she was in the match. If it would have been Chelsea versus any one of them, I feel like it would have been more entertaining.
You want to know what, Brian? I'm pretty sure that whole WrestleMania 9 analogy you just gave, they did that tonight with CM Punk.
Oh, they did. They
They were,
did.
hey, Phil,
They
go win
did.
the belt, buddy.
Yep,
Oh gosh.
they did.
It's almost the perfect transition to our next match. We have the
AI. I'm telling you, it's the AI.
we have the triple threat match between Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Gunther. Now, the problem with this, and I knew I was going to hop on here tonight, and one way or another, I was about to be pissed because at the end of this match, I'm I'm gonna give this match. I'm just gonna get out the way right away. Thumbs up, and I'd watch it again. Now let
Ooh.
me rant. Now let me get on a little
Ooh.
high horse here because I'm right now. I am pissed. Now you're talking to a 10 plus year Sami Zayn fan, my
Mm-hmm.
favorite professional wrestler until Cody came back. And even in NXT, huge fan, ROH, huge fan, big El Generico guy here too. We
Mm-hmm.
used to watch ROH. My dad used to put it on every Saturday night. We'd stay up super late. So I watched all the Kevin Steen, El
Awesome.
Generico matches. Well, I'm a big fan. This moment meant something to me. And although the wrestling in this match was obviously it was good. I would say I enjoyed the match to a point. I thought that the double crossroads, such a cool idea. I didn't know he had that in the bag. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was a highlight for me. You get the roll up, and the one thing I enjoyed about it is that it's better than Cody retaining. So we get the
Yeah.
same old every pay-per-view. Cody hits that crossroads, you know it's over.
It's true.
All of a sudden, you got this roll up, and you're shocked. We sometimes
Yep.
talk about, is any shock good shock? Sometimes I enjoyed it because of the fandom I have for Sami Zayn. Whereas like
Mm-hmm.
you might be a little bit different on this. And that's okay because I'm not a huge fan of the last good guy character.
Right.
It's not my favorite version of Sammy. I also am in the, definitely the smaller crowd that likes the ultimate underdog Sammy. It got annoying at a point,
Yeah.
but I'm a fan of that. I was. And so when he finally did it and he finally won, I was hyped. I was. And as a Sami Zayn fan and all the other Sami Zayn fans that are out there, the few of us there are,
Well,
like you're hyped to see that. And I'll feel the same way once one of these guys finally gets paid off that should have a world championship. Talking like
LA
the LA
Knights.
Knights of the
Yeah.
world.
Yep.
So it's gonna happen eventually for these guys. It happened. And then 9 days passes and it's done. Just like that. You
Yep.
send out Phil in Chicago and he snatches the belt. And then now I'm sitting here and I'm wondering why. Why? Why even put it on him? If you're not going to let him get one title defense, you're not even going to let him get one off. It's just baffling. And it goes back to this whole they're using AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if that's the case, but I was in the living room and I watched CM Punk hit the go to sleep, the haluva kick first, then the go to sleep. And this is totally not Night of Champions related, but it's okay. I got to get it out of my system one way or another. So he gets pinned. It's over. I get up. I walk out the room. I haven't done that in forever about this. I was
Uh-huh.
like, dude, I text Brian. I'm so right now.
Yeah.
I'm so
I
so.
said, why? Oh no, why?
I
Monday Night
know,
Raw. Said I'm not there yet.
I know,
Oh,
and I'm I'm just. It was a baffling decision to put the belt on him first of all, and you got a little bit of ridicule for doing so. But I think people kind of were coming around to the idea of Cody not having it and that being okay. Then you set it up where he has to defend it on Monday Night Raw. You're not even going to let him walk into Madison Square Garden on Saturday. You're going to make him defend it on Raw, and he's going to lose it immediately. Just feels pretty messed up, man. It just feels like they did him so bogus. They gave him the belt, and it feels similar to back in the Attitude Era when they put the belt on Kane for one night,
yeah.
and then he lost it on Monday Night Raw.
See, we did all the time though in the Attitude Era. But
I
the
know.
championships just changed hands week to week. So that was a common occurrence, and we kind of got used to it.
And I guess on here we've said in the past, like, and then I'll let you talk a little bit more about the match itself. I'll be done after this, I promise, guys.
You know, you
I just, we say we're okay with the belts flipping around, and I am, but once you watch somebody work for something for so long, then they get it, and then they're like, "Nah, you guys don't actually get to see what he would have done with it," and they put it on a guy who's been gone for 5 months
Mhm.
with absolutely no storyline, none. The guys they have in the storyline, like, what are we gonna do now? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. It's gonna be Sammy versus Gunther at SummerSlam,
Mhm.
and then it's gonna be Cody versus Punk.
Yep.
And I guess I'm okay. We're all gonna have to be all right with it because it's what's gonna happen. So it just feels stupid, feels silly, but I guess this will be something I can remember fondly. The roll up, it was such a shocking moment. If that's what they're using AI for, that might be AI's only success because nobody thought that that roll up was gonna get to that 3 count, and he got the pop. He was the hometown hero for the day. So I guess in that sense, very cool moment at Night of Champions. So for that reason, like I said, I'm going with a double thumbs up here, Brian. I am. Brian, I
Boy.
know you got different thoughts on this, so let me hear it.
Yeah, I do. And um here's what I'll say about the bookers. Either they're using AI or they're just making dumbass decisions because they can't think of anything good. Those are your two options. See, now here's the thing. If you're them, just say, yeah, we use AI. Like just come out and say it. And we
Hmm.
messed up and we shouldn't do that. Because if you don't, that means you guys just suck at booking and storytelling, which I find it hard to believe. So those are your two options because having Sam and the proof of it is having Sammy win, which only accomplished one thing. It was a shock. People were surprised because they didn't think it was going to happen. Fair enough. You got us. That is a great shock. Sammy is champion. Let's go. But here's where they mess up. Monday Night Raw rolls around on July 6th. And what happens? He loses it right away to CM Punk with no buildup, no nothing. As you said, to bring it full circle with WrestleMania 9, he pulled a Hulk Hogan, just came out and said, yeah, that does work for me, brother. I don't know what he would say in that situation. But that's the proof of it is that they take the belt right off of him for no reason but to give it to CM Punk because we're going to be in Chicago and that's his hometown, which again sounds like another thing AI would come up with. Well, if CM Punk is returning in Chicago, that would be a great time to do a big surprise victory. Like, that's the kind of shit that AI would say that they go, my God, this is genius. Why didn't we ever think of this? So yeah, I think again, they better hope they're using AI. Otherwise, you're just coming up with stuff just to do it. I'll give another great analogy for this. Will, I'm not sure if you'll follow it, um, but anybody who has seen like um, Airplane or the sequel to Airplane, any of these Abram Zucker films that come out that are these parody films, a scary movie. You know what? I will use an example of scary movie for a more contemporary time frame. That if you take scary movie, what does it do? It's not trying to go out there and tell you the best story. It's trying to get one reaction out of you. Laughs. So what does it do? It throws everything at the wall. The whole bowl of possible laughter spaghetti, they throw the whole thing against the wall because the whole movie is just punchline, 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 punchline to the joke. And maybe you get half laughs during all of that, you succeeded. Having shock things just to be shocking is that same thing. You're only doing things to elicit one response. to shock us because we didn't know it was coming. But you're just doing anything, though. You're just doing shenanigans. You're having Sammy win it just to take it off of him again right away, and CM Punk can win it in Chicago, and woo, the hometown guy wins. Well, that's just shenanigans. Like, that's just the cheapest of heat, is what it is. To use a wrestling term, this is a wrestling podcast. It's cheap heat, and I don't like it. It bothers me because I think the people who are involved in all of this are better than this. And you know they're patting themselves on the back right now. Oh, everybody thought Cody was going to win. Everybody thought Cody was going to beat Sammy on Monday night. We got you now. We got you guys because guess what? CM Punk's coming back. No, you guys pulled some and had Cody get attacked at the beginning of the show to then go, he's not medically cleared. He can't wrestle. Oh no. They swerved us. It was the swerve, bro. They are doing fucking Vince Russo. Now I'm mad. Now I'm officially angry. Where's Jim Cornette? God, stain. So I call everybody. Everybody knows I call him stain. This is some stain bull that I smell right here. Maxine Dupree, model girl, stand sideways and stick her tongue out. Looks like a fucking zipper. Good running out there like a $2 trashy Liv Morgan, who I can't stand to begin with. Bunch of bull. Like,
Oh
this
God.
is, they're doing Vince Russo now just to have a swerve. Oh, boy, it's painful. I don't know why I was so sour about this thing, but this match gets a thumbs down, and I'm not watching it again either. And maybe the problem I'm having is, again, I was in a pissy mood for some reason, which I can't explain it. Everything was fine. I think maybe what I bump up against is that I always say on here that sometimes in professional wrestling we get magic, where the the superstars in the ring do everything right. They tell a story, they make it look good. You have commentary, the commentators are doing their job and they're selling it for everybody at home. They're helping tell the story. Then you have the story that gets built up to this. We just saw perfect professional wrestling. Everybody go over and check out our watch along for El Grande Americano versus original El Grande Americano. It was our first watch along. It's a lot of fun. Check that out because that is perfect professional wrestling. Anybody could have picked it up and watched it. It told a story. They caught you up with what the story was, and it was good. And then the people in the ring told a great story. And then at the end, you have a great ending. That's how you do it. So when you have good performers in the match and you have everything that should be going right when the story doesn't work, that's a cardinal sin because it just makes everything boring and shock factor for me isn't enough. I know in this age of social media, it probably is, um, but it's not for me. So again, thumbs down, not watching it again. Oh, this was cathartic. I can't believe it with the Vince Russo. I'm shocked about that.
Yeah. It was a rough watch. I'm excited to see what the tallies are saying
Yeah. All right, I
because
got him if you're ready. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. Night of Champions 2026. Will, um, thumbs up for the matches, four thumbs up to only two thumbs down. And for rewatching any of the matches, Will's only has two thumbs up and four thumbs down. So, according to this, Will, you give this pay-per-view a thumbs up, but you're not watching it again. Does that seem fair? Does that seem right?
Does seem you want to know what that does seem right. I think I enjoyed a handful of it. Ryan, what do you got over there?
So for Brian's bad attitude day review, uh I have for thumbs up, thumbs down for the matches, all thumbs down. All six matches, a thumbs down. And and for if I would watch it again, five thumbs down and one shocking, yes, I would watch it again. And that's the Liv Morgan match, just because it's going to irritate the out of me that I'm not going to be able to let it go that this existed, that they brought Danhausen out to curse her and give away the match. Oh, so yes, I'm not giving this thing a thumbs up. This whole pay-per-view is a huge thumbs down from me, and I'm definitely not watching this thing again, I'm ready to move on to SummerSlam and hope that the writers and the bookers can get their heads out of and off of their phone with AI and get back to storytelling because now you have to dig yourself out of a hole with a couple of these. We're lucky
Yeah,
we're getting Hell in a Cell. If we weren't getting Hell in a Cell, things would be really dark. But at least we're getting Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam. And
real
Phil, boy.
gosh. Oh, who's excited for Sami Zayn? And actually, I'll save it for my punchline at the
Hmm.
end of the show.
Okay, yeah.
I'll
All
save
right.
it. I'll say this much. It's gonna be an interesting couple of days, weeks here leading up to SummerSlam. That's why we're lucky that we are gonna be reviewing all of it. All of
Yes.
it. We are gonna probably come at you guys with some topics, videos,
Yep.
and not like we have much time. You know me and Brian. We always
Yep.
talk about we're not going to review Saturday night's main event. We're going to review Saturday night's main event, guys.
Mhm.
It's gonna.
Danhausen has a
He'll have,
match.
he does. He
Yeah.
does, and you know we love to talk about some Danhausen on
Yep.
here. So you know we'll be there, guys. We'll be talking about it. It's this Saturday, so quick turnaround, like we always do
Yep.
in the world of professional wrestling. We'll be there. We're also going to come at you guys with overrated and underrated. It's due.
Yes.
It's so due,
Yep.
and I have some names I want to bring to the table. I do. One of them being CM Punk. So if you are looking
Oh
forward to
boy.
that, hey, if that's what you want to hear, me talk about CM Punk and Brian talk about CM Punk, I think some of our conversation will definitely shock you guys.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. Look forward to the Saturday night's main event review. Eventually, we'll get to a retro rewatch. But guys, right after Saturday night's main event is
It's
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. Yep.
So it's nonstop action here on Wrestling with the Realm.
Right.
So look forward to that. Brian, tell them what we have to look forward to on our other Realm channels.
Yeah, everybody with the Realm family. We're a whole family here. We have a family of podcasts. As
That's right.
Lex Luger would say, a plethora of podcasts, even. If you click the links down below, you guys can go over to the TRPD podcast. We're talking about paranormal stuff. Go over there, check it out. We're going to have our first dabbling in true crime. We're going to be having a Making a Murderer episode come out. So if you guys have watched that documentary on Netflix, I'm going to be leading that episode. It's going to be a good one. If you want to hear, well, you already heard me be angry about something. If you really want to see me upset and do some funny voices, you guys are going to want to watch that one over at the TRPD podcast. Click the link, check out all of our old stuff. Also, there's another link under there for a brand new Realm on Film podcast. We just had our
Yeah.
second episode drop. It's out. You guys can click that link and go over and get our full review of Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl. If you're one of our younger viewers and you can't get onto that video, don't worry. You'll be able to go over there, click on our shorts, and you're going to be able to get each host's final summary of what they think about the movie and whether we give it a thumbs up or not, and if we'd watch it again or not. So go over there and do that stuff. And we have a phone number. If you guys call or text 1-414-600-7049, I'll put it on the screen. You guys can leave us a text message or a voicemail for any one of the three Realm podcasts I just told you about. So do that. Leave us a message. Let us know what you think about Night of Champions in the comments below. And let us know what you think about my Danhausen idea, if that was better, because I'm actually really curious about that, because I think it was awesome. But what do I know? We're usually wrong about this stuff, Will.
I
And they're
know.
making billions of dollars, so
Yeah,
they're
screw
doing
us.
something right.
All right. I got you guys with the punchline.
Oh,
CM Punk versus Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event. That's the punchline, guys, because that's going to happen. All right, guys. Until
oh,
next time, it's
oh.
all love. We love you guys.
Yep. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, guys. Bill came back.
Jesus Christ.
He got the strap.
No, he didn't. He didn't win.
He won.
That is some bull.
Dude, I'm telling you, man,
Oh,
that
this is some. Uh-oh. No, no, we didn't lose them.
That's right.
Liv is pulling out new little things out of her
Oh my goodness! Oh no!
repertoire. The hell was that? Did you hear that?
I think it was something from my notes that I like put a video in there. It was Danhausen cursing Brian.
Yeah, he was mad that I've turned on him. I haven't turned on you, Danhausen. I've turned on the Bookers even more than I already did.
That's right.
They are. Sammy's gonna show up pissed on SmackDown. He's gonna be like, I want my rematch.
Dude.